Dialing in. If I sit in the shade, might be better. Hey, Laura Duvall, how's it going? From Ohio. It's got to be colder there than here. I need this to focus better. Let's see. Good afternoon, Laura. Thank you so much for stopping by. I'm just getting set up. Water Girl, how's it going? Let's see. 50s and 60s in Ohio. Hey, Lynn, how's it going? Hey, Sean. I finally have downtime so I can do a live stream because it was a lot of stop and go. Trying to get, there we go. If I tilt the camera, if I tilt the phone like this, no, it kind of washes out. It's because the sun is too bright. Hey, Tammy. I had a sweet spot right there. Okay. So I'll be dark, but then you guys can see the background. Hey, Debbie, how's it going? How do I... Debbie from the UK. See if you would be here yesterday. You would have... Oh, happy birthday. Happy birthday. All messages are visible. Yes, there we go. Hey, Laura, how's it going? Happy birthday, Laura Duvall. Sorry, traveling has been hectic, and I wanted to do a live stream. I was only able to do one live stream in Belize because cell phone reception was terrible. Hey, Jason, how you doing? But we did have a little place. Hey, Denise, how are you? And because we had just decent enough Michelin Lane Spoiled Mama. Hey, how's it going? So I was able to do a quick little live stream before we had to get into the truck and go do our daily excursion. But it's been like nonstop. We were so busy. And so I wanted to be able, now that we have a little bit of downtime because our flights were canceled. So it was crazy. Our last full day in Belize. Well, first, I'll kind of tell you a little backstory so you guys are kind of ready. Yeah, Denise, I know it's been snowing. Washington is having some snow too. So we went to Belize. And we landed in Belize, just outside of Belize City. We went to the Radisson and checked into the Radisson. And the next day, we were supposed to go to the Aggressor 4, which is a ship. They have a 3 and a 4, and we were getting on the bigger one, the 4. And we're going to go out and do Turniff Reef and Lighthouse Reef and dive the Blue Hole, which we did. It was amazing. Sharks, nurse sharks, reef sharks, sea turtles, lots of colorful fish, crab at night, squid at night, octopus. I mean, it was amazing diving. And at one point, eagle ray. We had an eagle ray, southern stingray, a couple little yellow rays. At one point, we had 4 sharks circling us, reef sharks. And one of them was kind of giving me the side eye, because I'm a diver with one fin because I have one leg. So I'm thinking like it was probably he wanted to sample me, because I'm probably like the injured fish. you know, kept giving me the side eye, getting pretty close. Like even when I was kneeling down in the sand to video something, they're so quiet. And all of a sudden, I look up and this thing was right behind me, you know, checking me out. And so we had them swimming between us, and even at night too. They were kind of coming up. You know, it was amazing. Large tarpon at night, eating the fish from our lights. Yeah, Happy New Year, Debbie. So we were doing non-stop diving, like 5 dives a day, super crazy busy. Did that for a week, and we got off the boat. And next we were gonna go to do our little jungle excursion, but we went to the zoo, got to see stuff like jaguars, crocodiles, you know, monkeys, tapirs, deer, and it was crazy to see the wildlife. Even the mountain lions that we have in the U.S., they had them down there, but because of the diet down there, they're much smaller. The heat and the diet makes them a much smaller cat down there. In the U.S., they're much bigger because they eat more. They have to survive the cold, and so they have to eat more, put a lot more weight on. Down here, it's so hot, they eat less, and they're a much smaller, shorter, skinnier cat. Hey, my wife is on. Check out Cooper's Pacific Northwest Homestead. That's my wife's channel. She's doing the farm updates now. That way it kind of relieves a little bit from me on editing, so I can focus on other content. So you know, go subscribe. You can see us doing all the little farm update stuff. So the Belize Zoo was really amazing, and then we went to go do the Lamanai ruins, and I got to climb up to the Tapas temple in that spot, and then we went to do the Caracol ruins, and that one was huge, and I climbed up the tallest one there, and for a guy with one leg climbing up the top of the Mayan temple, that, I mean, it was no joke. It's a bit of a workout. You got to remember, it's like 80 something degrees, and you're climbing up to the top, you know, and you're just everybody's sweating, you know, and then you see the view of the rainforest, the jungle, and you see the rest of the temples, you know. It's a real trip, you know. You guys are definitely gonna like all these videos that I'm gonna put out. It's gonna take a lot of time editing, but I still have about a month of videos from Bonaire. I want to finish showing you guys those videos from Bonaire, so that'll give me some time to edit these videos. Let me see. I think I missed a. Okay, my cousin and the family are divers. They dived in Belize several times. Oh yes, it was an amazing place. It was my first time going to Belize, and yeah, I've been to Bonaire Island 4 times, and you know, I got to see more of the world and experience more of the world. You know, the culture, the you know, food, the drinks, the sights, the scenery, you know, the diving. So, you know, Belize was a great opportunity. Oh, Denise, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Denise, for helping out. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. You know, so, and to be able to like make these videos to show you guys like how cool it is. I mean, it makes me more motivated to get out and do stuff, just to help show you guys like how crazy it is, you know, different parts of the world, you know. So we also did some cave tubing, very long walk. I think we did like a couple miles in the jungle to get to this entrance of a cave, carrying inner tubes, wearing like flip-flops and our swimming, you know, shorts and a rash guard, you know. And then we have a helmet on with a headlamp, and because we go in the cave and it's dark, and so we're inner tubing, right? So if you lose anything in the water right there, then that's it, it's gone, because you're never gonna find it, you know. So we we went in and we're tubing in this cave, all the way back to the beginning where we started hiking the trail. And we get out, we're looking at the stalactites and the bats, little tiny little bats that are living in there. And I did see a cockroach. I don't know if I got it on camera, but against the wall, there was a cockroach that was sitting on the wall, little antennas moving. I think it was huge. It was bigger than the ones you see at the zoo. I don't know what kind, might be like a hissing one or something like that, but it was really interesting. So you guys will like seeing that. And there's a lot of quartz. So the stalactites, as you shine your light on them, they give off a nice glitter, really magical glitter kind of glow. Another favorite spot is the cottage. Oh no, yeah, I don't think I've been to Ontario yet. It's probably really cold up there right now with the winter time. So after we got done with the cave tubing, we're having really good, like we're not here to eat like American food. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love a good burger, good steak, good burger. But we were eating all the authentic food of like Belize. We're trying like the hot sauce. We're eating the rice and beans, the chicken, jerk chicken that they had down there, really good seasoning. The fish, eating conch. I think we had grouper one night, and the shrimp that they had, it was really good. They have some. I remember the menu said like farm raised shrimp, so they must have some where they raise the shrimp down there and for the food. So Belize, they were hurting like everybody else during the lockdown, and they say the number one money maker for Belize for their economy is tourism. So when the lockdown happened, tourism just took a big hit. Have Happy New Year. Yeah, no problem. Run your errands. You watch the live later. Drive safe. So when the tourism took a hit, a lot of people were suffering. Now, Belize, there are some areas in Belize that people are doing, they're wealthy, but there's a lot of people that are not, they're struggling, they're living, it's a third world country. They're living in shacks, like literally, you really take what you have for granted when you go to a place that is more deprived and they don't have the common luxuries like we do, like water, for example. You can brush your teeth with the water. You could wash up, take a shower with water, but you cannot drink the water. So you have to rely on bottled water or desalinated water or treated water. They have they don't have I saw weed whackers, but they don't have lawnmowers. So they're tying up a horse or a cow staked into the ground so the horse or the cow can mow a circle of grass around their house or business to help keep it down. So it feeds the cow or the grass or the horse, and then they move the animal to somewhere else to mow another section down. I wish I could teach my goats that. That'd be awesome. Not having to mow the lawn and just have the goats eat it, but they would just eat everything, But so the police they have checkpoints. There's a lot of speed bumps, and at most of these speed bumps, there's either a bus stop or a school zone or a police checkpoint. Now, when you go through a police checkpoint, you have to have your mask on. And they're also like looking over the registration, the tabs of the vehicle, making sure, everything's in compliance. Other than that, there's not really any traffic laws. Like, we saw speed limit signs, but nobody was following speed limit signs. We didn't see anybody get pulled over for speeding or passing on double lines, passing on corners. So it was the driving was pretty crazy, where people are passing everywhere, So it was quite a trip. We did see a lot of beautiful sights, a lot of beautiful jungle, so many different types of palm trees, big banana leaves, eating all the crazy fruit. They got papaya, banana, pineapple, all the fresh fruit. Hey, MMW, how you doing? Good. Thank you. Yes, it is so glad. We were lucky just to get back to the U.S. at least. We didn't care what state we were going to as long as we get back because we literally, our last night here, we got a notification our flight was canceled, and we heard through our family back at home that a bunch of flights got canceled, weather, COVID, whatever. And we were literally in line getting our COVID test done just to get back into the States. So we were at the airport the next day, or no, a whole day later because our flight was canceled in the morning, and they said yes, we can get you into the States. So we're in Dallas, so we're good. We've been in Dallas for a couple of days, just eating food, catching up on sleep, making sure everything is in order, and desperately trying to get home. Right now, it looks like we have a flight tonight, and we got our seats picked. We're checked in, and that's going to get us to Spokane, not SeaTac, because we were trying everything. We were trying to see if we go to Bellingham, Portland, but the closest we could get is to Spokane. Then we're going to rent an SUV, put all of our dive gear and everything in it, and then the rumor is I-90 shut down on the pass, so we might have to drive south to go to Portland and then north to I-5 to get back home, and that's fine. We're all together. We're sticking together. We're making the best of it. It's an unforeseen risk when you travel, that you may get stuck in a different country or a different state, but at least we made it back into the States. Because Belize is a great place, but it's not entirely safe. We stayed at the Radisson, and we went back to the Radisson for a half a day. They were really cool. They said, yeah, use our pool. We'll rent you a room for really cheap for half a day, eat some food. So we were able to kind of recharge our batteries, kind of get a nap in, and we would have been safe there because they look out for their guests and tourists. But if we walk the streets at night, there's a curfew because of COVID, so we could get arrested, we could get robbed. So you stay as a group and you just kind of play it safe. You're in a third world country. You're playing by somebody else's rules. So, hey, Gene, Mark, how you doing? So we're in. Well, we were diving. We were scuba diving in Belize, and then visiting the ruins and doing some other like land excursion stuff. But now we're in Dallas. We've been here for 2 days, and we're finally gonna get to go home tonight. Knock on wood, and back to our families. Go back to work, do the grind again. Yeah, it is crazy. So we almost, like, I would have, if we had to ride in a cargo plane in the back with the chickens and the goats, I would have been happy doing that just to get home. So we made it this far. We're just, even though we're checked out of our hotel room, the hotel here, the Best Western in Dallas, super cool. They said, yeah, we'll hold on to your bags. Go ahead and enjoy our pool until it's time to go to the airport. So we're killing about 4.5 hours. So that gave me some time to do a live with you guys. And the Wi-Fi here is strong enough where I can do a live. And, kind of answer any questions about our trip, to give you guys kind of an early heads up as you guys see the videos start coming out. And it'll be a good month and a half before the videos come out, because I still got a bunch of Bonaire videos that I want you guys to see with all the different dive sites. And I guess I just had a video come out on my channel today. It was the Hilma Hooker, which is a shipwreck in Bonaire Island that ended up carrying big bales of marijuana on it. And back in the 80s, they caught it. They arrested the crew, took the weed on land, burned it all, and then the ship was in bad state of affair, and the ship was sinking. And since the crew was arrested, nobody was on the ship to maintain it, to stop the leaking or whatever was going on. Maybe the bilge pumps failed or something. So the ship, they towed the ship away from town to a sandy spot, and it sunk. And now it's like one of the best dive sites in Bonaire, and you can go inside the ship. There's some hallways. Some of them are tight, some of them are okay, and you can go inside the cargo hold, and there's big fish like tarpon, So it's a video that came out earlier today, so take a look at it later, Let me get my drink because I'm. Well, let me show you where we're at. So this is going to be the pool. So we're just hanging out here for 4.5 hours. We play in the pool. There's the hot tub. You know, we're just having a little social kind of time, just enjoying ourselves. You will see these guys on my Belize videos. There's Mark, there's Nate, and there's Lauren. So you'll see them on our videos underwater as we're checking out all the sharks and looking. My wife and family are watching the farm. So they're watching the farm, and she's taking care of the chickens, the goats. There's the dogs. My sister is there, and so they're okay. I know they did get a little bit of snow, and it did look like it's kind of freezing. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge to get home, but they're all right. But man, I tell you what, we all can't wait to go home, and the airlines. I kind of feel like they just abandoned us in another country, and we're like, great. Hopefully, we have enough money so we've been kind of scraping together. Hey, Avery, how you doing? Well, I'm not in Belize. We just got back from Belize the other night. We barely got back. We almost got stranded there until the 1st because they were saying we couldn't accommodate you until the 1st, and hopefully it doesn't get booked, like overbooked or whatever. So luckily we flew with a different airline out of there. It was a tight ride back, but we managed to get on the plane. But we were all like starting to run out of money because it's like we're spending all this extra money. Meanwhile, the money we paid for the other airlines, you got to fight later to get that back. So, when you stay extra somewhere, your food expenses, your lodging expenses, it costs more to book a flight, and because when you book a flight in advance, you get a decent deal. But when you're booking a flight last minute, it's outrageous. It's expensive. So we're all dumping money to try to get back home, and it's kind of an unforeseen strain, So, yeah. So it's crazy. It is what it is, and that's the untold risk of traveling. But out of all the places that all four of us have been to, this is the worst example, but we're making the best of it. So try not to let it, stress us out. And, so hopefully this, from here on out, it won't get as bad as it did, on the end of this trip. Because on the way down was great. We had a direct flight. The plane wasn't full, so we had plenty of space, where the seat is empty next to you. And, on the way back, we're just, we're just dealing with the opposite. So anybody have any questions about Belize or anything? Because I wanted to see if anybody had any questions or anything. And let's see. Yes, we were all scuba diving. We were scuba diving. I think we did 27 dives on this trip in 1 week, which is a lot. 5 dives a day, basically. And they call it an Iron Diver challenge. And if you do every single dive without skipping a dive, you get a medal and a certificate, or of achievement. And so we all got awarded the Iron Diver, for diving. And you're talking about getting up in the morning, eating a banana, a piece of toast, some egg, for breakfast, doing 2 dives, having lunch, doing 2 more dives, eating dinner, having 1 dive, and then you could have a cocktail, a drink, some wine or a beer. Hey, Ann, how you doing? Hey, Laura, how's it going? The water was amazing. It was warm. Thank you, Debbie. It was clear, like average 100-foot visibility. There were some dive sites that the visibility was a little more cloudy because of the waves. But man, the sun rises, the sun sets, the moon rises. the stars, no light pollution out in the ocean, that was amazing. Even the night dives, you're seeing different stuff at night that you see in the daytime. So at nighttime, you start seeing the reef squid come out, you see the octopus come out, you see the big crabs come out, you see the frogfish come out, the not Spanish lobster. It's a different type of lobster, but we saw a spiny lobster too. It's cool because those are all like creatures that hide in the daytime. They hide underneath the reef and the coral where it's safe. Yes, thank you, Avery. We are glad we made it back. Now we just need to make it home, which is like just a little over a 4-hour flight from Dallas, Texas to Washington. So we would love SeaTac, but I guess we're just going to make it. Spokane is better than nothing, so we might just rent a car or a SUV with 4-wheel drive and go to Portland and then north up I-5, to avoid the Interstate 90 closure on the pass because of the snow and visibility. So plus, I think you have to be chained up even if it's 4-wheel drive, and we're renting a car. We don't know if anybody will even have chains, so we might be just stuck taking the lower roads to get around that closure. So, any other questions about the diving or anything, or any questions about Belize? Because I'm sure when I make these videos, I probably won't be able to answer all the questions when I make these videos. So I want to make sure that anybody has a question, I can try to answer it to the best of my ability. It's quiet in the house. How do I get the chat thing where I can read? Okay, let's see. Can't wait to see the videos. How cool. Thank you, ObiCat. What happened with the airline? Did they mess up? So, Washington got a little bit of a snowstorm. I guess a lot of places got, but there was a rumor we were hearing that a lot of air flights were canceled. And we heard that the crew had COVID. We heard that the airlines couldn't fly because of snow. So basically the plane with Alaskan Airlines that was supposed to fly from Seattle to Belize and take us back couldn't make it because of the snow. So they just canceled a ton of flights. And I don't think it was just Seattle. I think it was other locations too that happened to. Are there different animals at night in the water? Yes. The lobster, crab, squid, reef squid, octopus, frogfish, spiny lobster, Spanish lobster. There's a couple other I can't remember. A couple others I can't remember. Let's see, like spile. I don't know what spile is. Have you reserved a vehicle? Yes, Mark did reserve. They did a great job reserving, making arrangements and everything. And I did what, I just kind of like, I let them kind of plan it out. And I just hung back and I'm like, I'm not gonna get stressed out. I'll let them plan everything. I'll just help them when they need help. So I kind of stayed out of the way. Yes, I heard Oregon got hit too. Did they serve you anything to eat caught while you were in the water? I think the lionfish that did get speared were left for the sharks because there's a lot of sharks. And so instead of carrying the catch tube, they just carried the long pole spear and speared the lionfish and let the shark, because we constantly had sharks. I want to say like 75% of the diving, there was always sharks. Nurse sharks, reef sharks. And we had one particular reef shark with 2 white patches, one on each side of its head, right? I don't know if it's like a birthmark or what, but they called them patches or spots or something like that. And I was seeing him more than once at different dive sites. So they covered quite a bit of distance. So they must hear the boat and go towards the sound of the motor and the bilge pumps. And then they hear the divers in the water and the sound of our bubbles exhaling And then they just like, oh, hey, what's going on? And they just kind of swim between us, swim around us, circle us. Kind of like, if you're not used to swimming with sharks, it's kind of a little nerving. You try not to keep your eye off, take your eye off of them. After a while, you get used to it, you know, and just start going back to looking at other stuff. Did you touch the animals? Are they friendly? Well, they discourage touching, like, hey, Becky, how you doing? They discourage touching, like, sea turtles. They don't want you touching the reef because it could damage the reef. But if you do have to take a picture and the current or something's going on, instead of letting yourself get banged into the reef, you can put 2 fingers down on a dead section of the reef. You know, there's spots of coral that are kind of dead mixed with live coral. You put a couple fingers down to steady yourself to take a picture or get video of something. No, there was a point where the shark was going to get close, and I was tempted. I was telling myself, I said, should I put my hand out and kind of touch the shark? No, I'm going to just stay here and hold my camera and just film it, you know, and you know, I don't want to get in trouble. You know, I don't want to be labeled as the troublemaker divers. You know, we want to follow the rules so we don't get in trouble. We did dive the blue hole. We went down, the rule was to go down 130 feet and where the underwater cave or overhead starts to happen with the stalactites, and we went down that. I did go past 130 feet. I was at 140 feet. You know, they were at 142, 146. You know, so we did break that rule. But I mean, we're pretty hardcore divers. We were the first ones in the water and the last ones back on the boat. The experience level and training level of all the divers on the boat, which were like, I don't know, there's like maybe 15 divers total, something like that. 15, 16, 17 divers total. There's a lot of different experience levels and a lot of different training levels. We did like a check-off dive, and they kind of followed us or kept their eyes on us. Once they knew that we knew what we're doing, even the captain came up to me. Captain Shea was like, "Hey, you know, you guys are doing all right. You're gonna go do your own thing." We're like, "Yeah." He goes, "All right, just keep track of your time." You know, like, "Yep, no problem, Captain." You know, we would jump in the water, go do it. Yes, Laura, it was amazing. It was definitely an experience. It was good. I was there. I wasn't there to drink. I wasn't there to lay on the top deck and get a suntan. I was there to dive. So we were all there to dive. We were there doing every single dive. You know, so which is hard. You know, you're literally going to bed. You know, getting probably 6 hours of sleep, getting up and doing it all over again. You know, so, and each dive is about an hour long. You know, and except for the blue hole, because we went deeper, we were only in the water for half an hour. Because you got to go down and go deep and come out. You don't want to be too deep, too long. You can build up too much nitrogen. Have to be rushed to a hyperbaric chamber. Let's see if I see the chat quick. What other questions you guys got? Yeah, losing something else would be bad. Yes, you don't. Yeah, you don't want to lose another limb to sharks. You know, and I was pulling that joke on some people. People were like, "Oh, how'd you lose your leg?" I was like, "Oh, I was out here, you know, some years ago, and a shark took it." You know, and they were like, "What?" You know, and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm looking for the same shark." And you know, I kind of pulled that leg with some people. Mrs. Start, who are you with? What do you mean, David Brown? We were diving the Aggressor 4 live aboard for a week, and we were diving in Belize on Turniff Reef and Lighthouse Reef, and we also dove the Blue Hole, and then we did, you know, jungle excursions, Mayan ruins, cave tubing, the zoo, that, you know, that kind of stuff, food, all kinds of traveling stuff. How do I get the chat up here? Okay, let's see. I would love to learn to dive, just not sure how it would work with my claustrophobia. Yes, so what I've noticed with divers who have claustrophobia is low visibility kind of triggers that claustrophobia. So if you're diving at night, you're diving in very foggy water with low visibility because of sediment or in the water or thermocline, yes, that could trigger a claustrophobic reaction. What I noticed that when you dive in warmer water, when the visibility is 100 feet, I never hear of anybody talking about claustrophobia. So if you want to be a diver and you travel to warm water locations, it's totally cool to be a warm water diver where you dive maybe once or twice a year when you go on a warm water trip, like Hawaii or Florida, whatever. Who's in your group? Oh, I have Lauren, I have Nate in the back, and I have Mark right there. They're my traveling companions, my dive, part of my dive family. Yes, we were American refugees until we got back to the States. So now we are Washingtonian refugees until we get back to Washington. So, let's see. Hey, Karen, how you doing? Hello, everyone. Happy New Year, Karen. Let's see. What else? Who else? Throw some questions at me. I'm here. We're spending time together. I'm trapped in 75-degree weather in Dallas, waiting to go back to 20-degree weather in Washington. So I can go back to work. Whatever. So. We did, for those of you who do like a good brew, Bellikins is a local brewery, and they make a really good brew, and they make a really good stout, and its average is like $5 Belizean for one, which is... Our money is worth twice as much as Belize money, so $5 of our dollars is 10 of their dollars. So a $5 Belizean money would be, each beer would be $2.50 American. Yeah, Illinois snow and 23, and listening. Yeah, no worries, Ann, no worries. I do that a lot too when I watch other people's live streams. I'll while I'm doing editing or whatever, I'll play it on my other computer. What was the best thing you had to eat? Oh boy, I would have to say the conch. We had a conch. It was really good, really good. It wasn't fried. It was served with a sauce with some shrimp and other stuff. Really good cooking on the boat. Those guys are crazy chefs. Thank you, Water Girl. It's so good to see you. Thank you. You've been a long time supporter. Really appreciate it. Take care, Water Girl. We'll watch you later. Take care. Glad you had a good time. U.S. beer is like me. Yes, I'm telling you what, the craft beer is amazing. My friend Rick, who is also a scuba diver, he owns a brewery. If you're ever in Washington, in Edgewood, it's called Acorn Brewing. He's one of the co-owners there, Rick. They make amazing beer, him and Mike. So, if you're ever in Washington, in Edgewood, go there. They got a great selection, a lot of good stouts. Every once in a while, they come out with a nitro, which is really good. A lot of IPAs if you're an IPA fan. I'm not an IPA fan, but... let's see, trapped at least you're not... Yeah, I know. I love the snow. Hey, Kyler, how you doing? Congratulations on your DUI dry suit, sir. That was amazing. I was kind of checking in and out of that while we were in Belize. The internet service was iffy, so the thing kept buffering, but I caught a little bit of it. Hey, Jason, how are you? Let's see. Question: is the best reaction you've had telling people you lost your leg a shark? Yes, but I also used a little bit of a crocodile because we were going through some rivers to get to ruins that had crocodiles in it, so I was kind of pulling some people's strings with that one as well. Let's see. Chat's going really quick. Tell Sam the adventure man, he has another adventure to go to Spokane. No, I'm good. I don't want anybody leaving their house to try to rescue us and put themselves in danger. We're going to rent an SUV. Mark is really good at driving the snow. Nate is really good at driving the snow. Lauren and I are just going to kick it in the back and might just take a nap on the way there. I'm gonna take a little bit of video. There's snow. I'm gonna try to grab a little bit of video to try to put it in one of the last videos of going to Belize. Let's see. Hey Ringo, how you doing? Let's see. I'm just reading the chat, playing catch up. Yes, absolutely, absolutely, and it probably, I think 2 weekends from now I'll end up diving. Not this weekend. I have a lot of honey-do list. My wife Leslie's going to have a lot of stuff for me to catch up on, and want to make sure the chickens are doing good, the goats are doing good. I was told the goats are not venturing outside of the stables; they're staying in there where it's warm. And when will those videos be out? So I still have, after today, I still have 5 more Bonaire videos. I release a video every Thursday to stay consistent with like the YouTube algorithm stuff, and so I release it every Thursday morning, 9 a.m. Pacific time, and it takes about 5 hours to edit a video to make it about 10 minutes, something like that. So I would say that 5 videos that I have, that 5 more weeks of Bonaire videos, that'll give me some time to start getting some Belize videos. Plus, as soon as I create a video of Belize, I put it where the members who support the channel, paying a few bucks, they get early access to my videos. That's something how I can repay the kindness to them supporting my channel. So they'll get early access. So I mean, if you want early access to the videos, there's always memberships. There's, like I said, I think there's like 5 Bonaire videos on there for the members only. And let's see. Oh, hold on. Cool. Would you love to see snow since we have had some in Ohioans? I like the snow. I hate driving in it, and especially when I have to drive like in the cities and stuff, because it's not about your driving, it's about the other person. Is the other person I've literally seen people do okay driving, and then this random car who's slamming on their brakes slides into them and causes an accident, and then now 2 people who are trying to all of a sudden try to stop hit them. And it's just, you don't make any money. You're going to be paying your insurance deductibles, plus you get hurt. I might as well just call in sick and stay home. So, but I'd rather just stay home. I don't want to. I've had to drive in the snow. I hate it. And I use my older front wheel drive car, and I have chains, and I prefer to just stay home. No, they're fine. They're fine. They don't need me to be the social butterfly. They can talk amongst themselves. I got notified you uploaded 2 already of what's that? Oh, of this video and the last Belize video. The last Belize video was of the Jungle Resort Midas, Midas, in Belize, which is on the edge of a small village. And I had like a short amount of time, and the internet was really good because all the other guests were still asleep, so the bandwidth wasn't being all soaked up. So, because we had a very early excursion, so I did a quick little like, hey, let's look at this, let's listen to the crazy birds, and show you guys our little bungalow or whatever that we were staying in. Let's see, how's everybody else doing? How's everybody else faring with this weather? Yes, even though I live in Washington, I was born in Ohio, but I still don't like the snow. Yes. Yes, smash the like button. It'll definitely help. I appreciate it. And somebody did a little donation. Thank you again for doing that. I really appreciate that. That's good. That's going to help. That's going to help the channel. Usually, and this is what I do with whatever little amount of money that I make from YouTube, with my memberships and the money that I get, because of being monetized and donations. What I do with that money, I kind of put it together and I buy stuff to help improve the channel. So like camera stuff, if that makes sense. Like I bought some GoPro flips with filters, and I upgraded my tray from a single arm tray to a dual arm tray, so I could have 2 lights instead of 1 light, and that 2 lights will help illuminate something underwater a lot better. So if I go to a fish on a piece of coral. Instead of having one light and the other side of it dark, I have two lights, so now the whole fish is lit up. So I'm basically taking anything, any money through donations, memberships, or through the YouTube, the ads and stuff like that. I'm taking that to improve the channel because I want to make my channel appealing. And I'm very amateur. I'm not a professional. I'm just, I'm trying to just do this to show you guys what I do to help combat, depression, PTSD, and stuff like that. How to live life, how to inspire others to get out and live life. Me dealing with my disability. But I want my channel to be appealing. I want you guys to be like, oh wow, he's going to all these crazy. Hi Dan, how are you doing, Diane? Nice to see you. Yes, nice to see you. But I want people to be, hey Alan Schaefer, how are you? I want other people to be like, wow, this guy's doing all this stuff. He doesn't even appear to be a disabled person. He's able to just do all this crazy stuff and live life. And yeah, so I think, and there's a lot of stuff, a lot of camera stuff, and that stuff, and dive stuff is expensive. So I just figure any money that I earn, it's basically going to go to improving the channel, and eventually I'll save up for a drone, because I have bills, I have projects. The projects around the farm soak up a lot of money, and so basically for me to justify buying something like a drone or filters for the camera or whatever, I have to start, using what I make off YouTube to justify, buying that stuff. Most of the stuff I buy with money I earn from work, but just to kind of give you an idea what I'm doing with what I'm earning on YouTube. That way you guys can have better, clear images and better, perspectives of what I'm capturing and showing you guys. So, anybody have any more questions or anything? Happy New Year, Karen. Thank you. Let's see. How do I? Okay. Hey, Amber. How are you? Let's see. Oh no, how long are you going to be stuck because of flight? So we were stuck for 2 days, and I think we're going to be able to get on a plane tonight. And then we'll have to rent a car and drive many hours to get on the other side of the mountains.
So the idea is if the pass is closed, I-90 is closed, we'll drop down to Oregon and cross on I-84.
That's amazing. Thank you, Laura. I really appreciate that. Yes, you are showing people not to let the disability define you. I like that, since I am a direct support professional for individuals with special needs. Absolutely. My stepson has special needs. Great guy, DJ. He does a little YouTube channel. He loves playing video games. So his YouTube channel is Gym Leader DJ, and he does little walkthrough tutorials of a Pokemon game. I never played the Pokemon game. I grew up playing like Mario, Zelda. I can't remember. Mario, Zelda. I grew up playing an Atari and a regular Nintendo and Super Nintendo. But he's got, I think it's called a DS or something like that, where he plays all the Pokemon stuff. So he does his little YouTube channel. Gym Leader DJ does all the walkthrough stuff for Pokemon. Great. I keep calling him kid, but he's not a kid. He's 22 now, but he little special needs. But we take him on our trips, and we have another little trip coming up where we're going to take him where he can experience a new place. It'll be kind of amazing. He's already excited about it. Let's see. Yes, we will get home safe. Thank you so much, Amber. Are you talking under? No, the drones, David, the ones that fly in the air. If I down the road, I have a friend who has a drone shop, and I told him whenever I can save up some money, I'll support his business by buying a drone through him. And I don't want one where I have to get a license or special training to use. I just want one I can practice and get a little bit of aerial shots when I try to show off a dive site or something, to give you guys a little quick aerial view of what it looks like in the bird's eye view. Becky, let's see. Yes, I heard that I-90 is closed due to snow, low visibility, but it could open up before we even get there. Oh, absolutely. I'm a kid too. I'm 39 years old and I'm still a kid. I'm out doing crazy stuff. I'll never grow up. Ask my wife. I don't grow up. I just went to and subscribed to his channel. Oh, appreciate it, Laura. I really do appreciate it. Yes, you'll see him. What I should do is he brings his stuff to do his little walkthroughs. I'll have to do like a little sit down with him, a live where he can tell you guys about the channels on one of my lives as a quick little update while I'm doing like a walkthrough of our farm or something like that. Let's see. Yes, my wife has a diaper bag, as she likes to call it. So if I need sunscreen, she'll go in her diaper bag and grab me some sunscreen or chapstick or whatever, because I don't carry all that stuff. She basically forced me to carry sunscreen, so I packed some sunscreen this time so I wouldn't get burnt. Let's see. Yeah, a very lightweight drone, David. Yeah, something. I don't need anything fancy. I'm afraid I'd fly it into a tree and break it, RNZ 247. Welcome. Kelly, thank you. Welcome. Anybody else have any questions or anything about Belize or let's see. I think I went over a good background. Belize is it's got like over 900 ruin structures. It's a very the culture very superstitious. The money is half of what the U.S. dollar is, so $10 in U.S. would be $20 in Belize, and $5 in Belize would be $2.50 in U.S. That's okay. I call my husband, and yes, my wife would agree with you. She would pretty much say that I fit in that category as well, Laura. Yes. Yes, I'll never grow up either. Let's see. Belize currently has a curfew because of COVID, and I think the curfew is 11 o'clock at night, and they have police. Some are armed, some are unarmed, and the special police wear camouflage, and civilians can't wear camouflage because you have to be in the military to wear camouflage in Belize. If you don't wear your mask, they can arrest you and give you fines. What else? Their number one economy is tourism. Then it goes to agriculture, I believe, like all the fruits and everything imported. If you want to support Belize, buy Tropicana orange juice, because I was told that Tropicana orange juice, the oranges come from Belize, so that would help support their country by buying that particular orange juice. Belize makes a lot of different kinds of rums, a couple of different kinds of beer. They export a lot of papaya, pineapple, banana, a couple other kinds of fruits, grapefruit, oranges. Let's see. Keep up with the chat. How long is your flight home? It's going to be about 4 hours to go from Dallas to Spokane. I was born in Vermilion, Ohio, but we didn't stay there too long because my dad was stationed. His last station was Washington, and that's how our family ended up settling in Washington, because that was his last duty station. But before he retired from the military. Let's see. Belize also has a good variety of seafood. They don't have everything like oysters and crab, but they have, a decent variety of seafood. The fruit is amazing. We ate a lot of fruit, very fresh fruit. Belize City is for those of you that like to. No, I didn't find any rum cake. That would have been amazing. No, I didn't find any rum cake. Um, Belize City is building for those of you who like cruise ships. I only went on a cruise ship once with my wife, but for those of you who like cruise ships, Belize City is building something that's probably gonna be done in like 5 years, and they're building a little island with a bunch of shops, and they're gonna put some bridges that connect to the main land. And a cruise ship will be able to dock because right now a cruise ship only anchors off of Belize, and then they take these little ferry boats to go to and from the mainland. So soon, a cruise ship will be able to actually dock on this man-made island that's got a little bunch of structures on it, probably shops and restaurants and bars, and then you can be able to go via these bridges they're going to build to get to the mainland to make it a lot easier, so they don't have to rely on these water taxis. So in the future, maybe 5+ years down the road, if any of you guys ride a cruise ship and it's going to stop at Belize, you guys might end up seeing that. So that was pretty interesting. Because I think we saw 3 cruise ships that were anchored off. Not very many people were water taxiing in. I mean, maybe some people, I don't, and the rumor is because of COVID, the cruise ships are not being max capacity, which an average amount, I think it's like 3,000 customers on a cruise ship plus whatever crew. I think those numbers are reduced because of COVID. So we haven't seen a lot of big crowds because of cruise ships. So, and then, I don't know how long it'll take before that picks up again. What else? What other? The zoo? The zoo was built because somebody from the National Geographic went down there to do a lot of research on the animals back in the 80s, I think. Late 70s, early 80s, I'm guessing. And David Brown, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the drone fund. Really appreciate it. That was amazing. Thank you, David Brown. Appreciate it. The zoo was created, so the National Geographic went down there and they had some animals that were becoming domesticated because they're doing research on these animals to learn about like the jaguar and the howler monkeys, the toucan, all these different birds and stuff. So now that these animals were domesticated, they couldn't release them back into the wild. They probably wouldn't be able to fend for themselves. So one of these ladies, I can't remember her name, but she decided to stay in Belize after that project with National Geographic. She goes, I'm going to open up a zoo where we could have these animals live, and we will receive rescues. So if they get like a jaguar that gets hurt and it can't fend for itself, it'll go live at this zoo and they will take care of it. And the guest will learn about the animal and it'll be educated and stuff like that about the animal and its habitat and everything like that. So we went there and it was a very low-key zoo, actually quite amount of walking. It covered quite a bit of ground. So it wasn't a tiny zoo. It was actually, I would say maybe it was like maybe a medium-sized zoo. And it was really cool, and we saw a bunch of birds, the toucan, some parrots, these huge owl eagle things. I can't remember their name, but they got little tips of feathers that poke up, and they're really loud and curious. And yeah, definitely, it was really, really cool. So if you're ever in Belize, go to the zoo, because Belize didn't have a zoo until that lady from the National Geographic decided to start one. So that was really cool. Definitely definitely a destination to go to, aside from all the ruins. What else? Gene Mark, thank you so much for the drone fund. I'm gonna have to start shopping around for a drone. Thank you so much. I appreciate it, Laura. Really, really, thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yes, so I will have to start shopping around for a drone. I'll have to keep the money in an envelope and until I get enough to get a drone and then start flying it around the farm, to learn how to operate it before I feel confident enough to fly it over water. Now, Sam has a drone. Sam knows how to fly a drone. I've seen him operate it. I think what I might do is have him start teaching me what he does with his drone, like what I need to get, like controller wise or whatever. So when I fly mine, I'm not crashing it, so I'll have to have Sam, the Adventure Man, show me how he flies his.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Anything else? I don't want to bore you guys. Anybody have any other questions or anything, or anything? I'll answer whatever. It doesn't even have to be about Belize. It could be about other stuff. Amputee questions or whatever. Yes, I remember that episode where they got it stuck in a tree. Luckily, they didn't have to get ladders or anything. How's everybody else doing? I know. Everybody's been having their own little storms and snow and everything. Everybody. Anybody here ever been to Belize or been snorkeling or anything? I don't want to feel like you guys are just staring at me. If you've not already, go to Cooper's Pacific Northwest Homestead. That's my wife's channel. And she does all of the farm updates now. I might help and do one or two occasionally. Yes. It'd be nice to be able to hang out with Dan. I know he's been pretty busy and stuff, and I, young man going to school. I mean, I remember when I was his age, I always had stuff going on. I mean, I'm busy now too. Let's see. Tried flying a mini drone and it attacked me. Well, and I heard like even Jacob from Chaos Divers. He was telling me that. Like you have to be careful when it lands and you pick it up because you could cut a finger. Like I guess it's enough where the blades will end up getting stitches. Let's see. We haven't been hit with much snow yet, but supposed to snow all day on Saturday. Oh, Northwest Indiana. Yeah, I snorkel in Florida. Oh, Becky, tell me about Florida. I love Florida. I dove Key Largo. I went snorkeling in Key West. We went to Venice Beach, Casperson Beach, and I dove the Blue Grotto in Florida. I love it. Florida's always a great destination. Let's see. Only place I've been, U.S. and Canada. Yeah, I dove Canada. I went up to Egmont and dove Porpoise Bay, and one of the best dive sites was Agamon's Wall, where I went down 140 feet to take picture of some coral or some fan coral, this red fan coral, and the wall drops down about 250 feet. You have to really be careful. They have had divers die on that wall. And they go to the bottom, and it's 250 feet. That's deep. Let's see. Jason, how are you, Jason? I'm not allowed to fly drones anymore. I got one stuck in my. Yes, I could see Leslie would get mad if I accidentally hit her with the drone. She'd kill me. Let's see. We are calling snow here next Thursday. I hope they are wrong since I see. Oh wow. I hope everything goes well and you have a nice, fast, and speedy recovery, Diane. Take it easy, sit on the couch, watch some Netflix movies. Yes, fingers crossed, Diane. Everything goes well. Jason got back when... Yes. And my parents went on their 50th wedding anniversary. Oh, congratulations to them. Let's see, anniversary there. It was certainly an adventure for them. It was a cruise, yes. A lot of people go out of Tampa. I think that's where we went on our cruise. Was Tampa. Yeah. Let's see. I think I don't know if Miami's another cruise. No, not Key West is another cruise ship docking. Because I remember seeing a couple cruise ships down there. So I know Tampa has a cruise ship docking. And Key West has a cruise ship docking down there. I'm sure there's another spot in Florida that's got also a cruise ship docking spot, you know, where you can get on and off the cruise ships for your cruise. Let's see. I was in Destin, Florida. So much fun. Oh yes, I love Florida. The weather there is amazing. I don't like the hurricanes, and I don't like the alligators. I don't want to get eaten, you know, if I'm diving in the river.
That's my motivation.
6-month minimum recovery. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that. Hey, Cynthia, welcome. Welcome. I'm admiring the swimming pool behind you. What's the temperature there? The temperature here is about like 75. And so this is the last bit of sun that we're going to see. And in Bonaire, it was in the 80s. It was like low to mid 80s, a little bit humid. The more you went inland into the jungle, a little bit of humidity. Yeah, Fort Lauderdale. That's where we landed when on our last Florida trip was Fort Lauderdale. You know, great food right in there in town. Great food. Just take a sip. Yes. I got some stuff for my wife. She likes dark chocolate, so I was able to bring some Belizean different kinds of dark chocolate, so she'll like that. So I know she's a little upset that I left for 2 weeks to go on an adventure with my friends, but there was nothing for her to do on the dive boat. You know, she could have went snorkeling, but it was very deep. Sometimes the boat ties up and it's super deep, you know, and I don't think she would have enjoyed the sharks swimming around her, you know, and so it was, you know, she decided to stay home and take care of the farm. So I brought her some dark chocolate to kind of make up for that. David, let's see, done all that with a drone, cuts, crashes. I might wear gloves. I might just get used to wearing gloves to protect my fingers at first until I get really used to it. GPS drones are easy to fly if you take it slow. Mavic Mini will be an option for high-speed drone under 2. Okay. Sounds good. I'm going to have to look that up because I think someone else suggested the Mavic Mini to me as well, because I think that's the one they have, my buddy Lee. Hey, Ray. Yes, I know. I hope we get back to, I mean, fingers crossed. We're supposed to fly out tonight, and we'll get to Spokane very early, and then we got to tough it through the snow. We might just drive around, you know, to kind of avoid I-90, because it sounds like it's closed right now, and it's got a long backup because of snow and visibility. So, but Mark and Nate are really good at driving the snow, so Lauren and I are just going to sit in the back seat and take it easy. Yes, it's 75 here. It's comfortable. It's not too hot, not too cold. We got more snow. Yeah, Leslie was telling me that she got 3 more inches where she was at. My mom should have gotten probably close to a foot, you know, up in the Cascades. So yeah, it's. I don't mind the snow if I don't have to work, and I'm supposed to go back to work Sunday, so hopefully I don't have to drive in it. Because if I can't get to work, then I guess I got to call out again. So, how's everything else going, Ray? Yes, hope you're staying safe and warm. Thank you, Cynthia. Yeah, I hope she's staying safe and warm. Anybody else have any questions or anything about Belize or anything else in general?
Yeah. What can I do to make that up to you?
We're just listening to Mark talk to his girlfriend. We're all eavesdropping on his conversation. You know, 23 of us.
Hamburger time.
You guys got hamburgers? Oh, they got hamburgers. Before I go, I'll have to show you. Where'd you guys go?
Whataburger.
Whataburger? I've never heard of it. Never heard of Whataburger. I guess it's like a fast food joint down here in Dallas. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, Lillian. I tried getting to this, and my car would not make it up the hill. I slid all the way. Oh, that's super scary. I hate that, you know, and that's the worst is when you're going down the hill, I have to shift. I have front wheel drive and I have chains, but I have to shift down to second and first, you know, to try not to skid and or tap my brakes. Yeah, super scary. That'd be the point where I'm like, nope, I'm not going to go to work. I'm not going to risk getting into an accident and have a deductible I have to pay, you know, or pay for somebody else's damaged vehicle or fence or whatever. It's not worth it. Not worth it at all. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to end the live stream. We've been on here for an hour, 10 minutes. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for your support. I want to say thank you for the donations. That was super cool. I'm definitely going to put that in the envelope, write drone on it, and save it until I can get a drone or some more money from YouTube and then get the drone and stuff. So you should get to Spokane about the same time you take off free time. Yeah, I think we're supposed to, we fly out tonight, and I think we get there really early in the morning, like probably like 1 or 2 in the morning, something like that, you know, and then go to the car rental place, and hopefully they honored our reservation. Reworked your logo and submitted into the engraver. He says it would send you oh, thank you so much, Jason. I really appreciate it. And Jason, I picked you up something from this little adventure I had, so when I get it, I'll reuse the box with your address on it and ship it back to you. So you'll expect to get something too when I mail my stuff to you in the box with your address on it. Right now, Lillian, I'm in Dallas, Texas. We barely got out of Belize. Our flight was canceled literally the night before. We were supposed to leave early the next morning. So we were stuck there for a day, and then we were able to get on a different flight, squeeze on a different flight at the airport on a different airlines, you know. So we got back to the States at least, but we've been here for a couple days in Dallas, and we just now we're able to get a flight for tonight to kind of get back to Spokane at least, not SeaTac, but Spokane. So that's something. Then we'll rent a cargo the rest of the way, you know. Take care. Thank you, Ann. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Debbie. I really appreciate it. Let's see. Hey, Ray, yeah, I'm okay. I left and went home. Were you able to get your car home safely? I hope you're able to get your car home safely, so nobody else hits it and just leaves. Thank you, Becky. Thank you so much. Thank you, Lillian. Thank you, Jason. Thank you, David. Thank you, everybody. Amber, Water Girl, David Brown, Debbie, Diane, Ray. I want to make sure. Cynthia, thank you. Becky, thank you. Try to make sure I go through all the names. Sorry. Okay, Becky, yeah. Thank you, everybody. If I didn't mention your name, I apologize, but thank you. We're going to eat now, and I want to just give you guys a little update to kind of get you an idea before we start releasing all these Belize videos in a month. So, all right, well, take care. See you guys. Be safe. Stay warm. And remember, I'm a person with disabilities. If I can get out and live life and doing what I love, you can do it too. And thank you, Laura Duvall. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. All you guys have donated and support the channel and like and watch my stuff. Thank you so much. It really means a lot to me. It helps motivate me to keep doing this. So I'll talk to you guys later. And stay tuned. If you haven't already, the video with the Hilma Hooker shipwreck is released. Thank you, Obi Cat. Thank you. So go watch that video. So I'll take care. All right, bye.